We've arrived at day 12, and it's time to dive into making the bridge. First step of the process is cut out the rough shape of the bridge with the table saw and bandsaw. I'll come in and clean up a few spots with a router and a template. Sometimes I'll do it like this, sometimes I'll just carve it out by hand. It depends on how grumpy I am that day. Next, I'll drill out holes for the bridge pins. Then I'm going to do a little more routing to open up the two recesses on the sides. After that, I'm going to sand the radius to match the top of the body radius. Then I'll take a clever jig I made and route a slight recess around the bottom edges. Now I'm going to chop the top off this thing using a bandsaw and clean that up with a sander. At this point, I realized I'd made a mistake in my calculations and I'd made it a little too short for my comfort. After some cursing, I decided to make a new one, and luckily I still had a piece of the Pau Ferro from the same stock. Once I caught up to where I was, I took it to a jig where I routed out the slot for the saddle. Then I'll go do some shaping of it by hand, and some more drilling, and then some more carving, before sanding it to about 2000 grit. I'll call that good for now. I'm going to take it to a buffing wheel before I glue it on, but that'll happen once I've sprayed the clear coat. My next step will be prepping the body for finish. The finishing process can take a little while, but I got some cool ideas in mind for this guitar. I'll make a video for it when I've narrowed a few things down. For now, thanks for riding along in the build process. Keep an eye out for the next few steps, and I'll see you then.